Hey y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. And this is everything we're going to need today. You're going to need a pork loin. I got a pork loin roast as I saw that my store had. You're going to need some garlic, some prosciutto, and some pesto. I wanted to do homemade pesto, but they didn't have any basil, so I went with this. You're going to need some butcher's twine, some asparagus, and some potatoes. Also, you're going to need some olive oil, some mascarpone cheese, and some shredded Parmesan. And alright, and here we go. I'm going to start with my asparagus. You're probably wondering why. Because, for one, we got a lot to do to that pork loin. And so these can already be prepped, so that way when I get done with the pork loin, bam, we can get everything in. So for your asparagus, you want to know where you need to trim it at. You're going to take the ends and you're going to snap it. And that's the little bit that we're going to end up with. Wow. So this is the woodsy part. This part will be very chewy. So, but you don't have to throw these away. You can actually save them and make vegetable stock. I'm doing it today. So this is like one of our options for Christmas dinner. I don't know if I'm going to do this. I might end up doing something else. But here we go. Now we're going to throw in some S&P on here. Suits your fancy, you know what I mean? So now this is ready to go. So I'm just going to pop it over here so it can chillax while we get the rest of our stuff. Alright, now if you take the potato and cut it around, okay? Just cut it around. So I'm going to cut them all around. And we're going to cook them with the peel on. I, for one, don't like the peel in my potatoes. Now, these is bacon potatoes. But today I'm using them for mashed potatoes. The yellow potatoes is what I usually use for mashed potatoes, because the skins are so thin that, boy, by the time I pull them, I'm done beating the hell out of them. I can't even find a skin. Yeah, those are for your mashed potatoes. Alright, just realized I was on paper towels. So I'm going to take this out the bag and I'm going to rinse it off, just try to get as much blood off of it as I can. And I'm going to pat it dry with my Taco Bell napkins here because I'm out of paper towels. Do what you got to do. Alright, now this is what we're doing. Dang, this bastard has a lot of silver skin through it. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. The one was a little better. I was trying to get at least a 3-pounder, so it would have been a nice wide. Now see how this is kind of narrow. We're gonna work with it. We're still gonna work with it. So if it was a little wider, then I would just cut it this way, opening up like a book. Okay. So instead, I'm gonna go this way. Go at it this way so I get more, and then maybe I can pound it to an even thickness, you know what I mean? So here we go. You're just gonna come in at it on the side. See, make you a little slit. And you're just gonna keep, see how you got that little, how I got that little slit like that? We're just gonna keep doing that. Now we're not gonna cut it all the way through, because remember, we're gonna stuff it. So, see how it's like a nice little book there. See that? A nice little book is opening up for us now. There we go. Now I'm just gonna make some cuts going this way. Now I'm doing this because when we go to season it with our salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna come back this way, make a little crisscross pattern. So when we season it with our salt and pepper, it's gonna get into all these little nooks and crannies, and it's gonna go throughout the meat. Okay, that's all I'm wanting to do. See, kind of makes like a diamond pattern. All right, now I'm gonna wash my hands, and we're gonna salt and pepper the inside of this, and then I'll show you the next steps. All right, now we're gonna salt and pepper it really good. Now there's a lot of versions of what I'm making today out there. It's like a braciole, but like a braciole, but without the raisins. Some people put raisins. It depends on which part of Italy you're from. Puts raisins, puts bread. Now the way that telling you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn my stove on and get my potatoes started. Ow. Go ahead and get my potatoes started so those will start boiling, because those are going to take 45 minutes. Now usually this is made with like flank steak, but flank steak is not on sale, so I'm using with pork. I mean, I've done this with chicken, with fish, well, with the pesto, but not the everything else. Because see how it all gets into those little grooves? That's what we are looking for. All right, now I gotta get me another spoon. And I turned on the wrong burner again. Because I didn't touch my pork, so I don't want to put it back in here, because I can use it for my salad dressing, or for some buttered noodles. I like buttered noodles. There's nothing wrong with buttered noodles. If y'all like buttered noodles, raise your hands. Raise, baby. All right, pesto. Oh yeah, baby, get down deep in there. It's gonna be good. Now, all right, now that we got our pesto up on in there, baby, and we got it all slathered around, we're gonna get our prosciutto right here that I got all wet. All right, and we're gonna open it. If I can open it. All right, now prosciutto is just a cured Italian ham. That's how it is. It's essentially already cooked. You can eat it as this, like this. It's really good. Just keep it in your fridge. It's really good. My favorite thing to do with them is when peaches are in season, get a peach, cut it in half, take the seed out, right? Crank up your grill, because, you know, it's summertime. And it's going to shred on me, of course. Still using it. Now, grill your peach, okay? And when you're grilling your peach, all it does is bring out the natural sugars in the peach, and it is so flipping good. And when it comes out, I top it up, like where the little seed was, I put my mascarpone cheese. I take mascarpone cheese and I'll add some maple syrup to it. Oh yes, get that all well combined in there, and then take my prosciutto, wrap it around it, throw it, wrap it around it, and it's so good. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, that one's a keeper. And it's figure friendly, so if you're on a diet, it's not gonna ruin your diet. Or sometimes I would just take like a peach and just cut it in half, and I'll just take this, wrap around it, and throw it in my broiler, because then this gets all salty and crispy, and then the sweetness from the peach, so you got that kind of salty sweet thing going on. I'm telling you, it is good. All right, now we got that on in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my fridge real quick. All right, now we're gonna take our cheese mixture. And we're gonna, just like that. That's how we're doing it. And I'm telling you, when it cooks, and you don't have to use basil pesto, you can use tomato pesto, red pepper pesto, whatever pesto you are in the mood for, honey, you just make it right on up. Sun-dried tomatoes is good like this. And my dryer is done. now that we all know. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna start with the smaller end down here, because you remember how it was kind of narrow on this end. So this is the end that we're gonna start with. Now I really could have put more cheese, but I don't want to go too heavy, because I don't want it oozing out. And we're gonna roll this. See how we're doing it? We're just gonna roll this bad boy right on up, and there we go. Now see, it's normal for a little bit of the olive oil juice to come through, and we're just gonna do that. That's what we're gonna do. All right, now I'm gonna wash my hands again, and we're gonna get this butcher twine going. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do that. All right, here we go. We got our butcher's twine, right? I haven't done this in years, so like, man, I didn't even look to see if y'all would even be able to see that. All right, now I did kind of bring y'all kind of closer so y'all can see how to do this. Now we're gonna wrap it around, okay? And you're gonna have some leadway with the cut side over here, right? You're gonna have this one, you're gonna lay it, take this one, and you want to have a lot of slack, okay? You're gonna put it over this one, just like this. See how I'm doing it? And you're gonna hold it. You're gonna leave your thumb right there. Now this little piece that we got a little flapping around here, you're gonna take it around your thumb, just like that, and you're gonna make sure it's gonna go underneath, okay, both of these strings. Okay, see, my thumb is still there. Now you're gonna do that again. Gonna wrap it around. See, just like that. Now, you're gonna take this end. See this little loop that we got? You're gonna put it through, and there you go. There you go. Now you're gonna hold your meat, and you're gonna take this and twist it around your hand. Well, it's supposed to like tighten it, but there we go. Okay, now we're gonna secure that. We're gonna take this, okay, gonna go like, all right, go back to this, and you're gonna catch it with this pinky, okay? See? You're gonna take this, and what we're gonna do is secure that knot. Secure the knot, and there we go. We got it. And then we're gonna trim it. Now I'm gonna pour some olive oil over this and put some salt and pepper over this. And then I'm going to sear it in a pan real quick. And we're going to go from there. Oh, that's a piece of cheese. Get back in there. Get back in there. Get back in there. All right. I'm going to go wash my hands. Well, yeah. All right. Now we're going to drizzle some olive oil over it. And we're going to get that worked all over it. Just all over it. All right. Now I'm going to wash my hands again, get some salt and pepper on here. All right, now we're going to salt and pepper the outside of this really good. On all sides. See how that's working? All right. Get our pepper going. Back in my catering days, I would put rosemary under the things, like for a good presentation when you brought it to the table, and you would cut those twines off. All right, now let me take the lid off of my potatoes. Just throwing water everywhere. The potatoes are definitely boiling. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my meat in. Ooh, it barely fit. Barely fit. All right, I'm gonna get this browned up. I'll show y'all what it looks like after I get it all browned up. All right, now I went ahead. All right, now that we got it seared on all sides, I'm gonna cut it off. Cut off my fire. Throw that on there, and with any pan juices, see those juices, we're gonna plop them right over the top there. Now I'm gonna pop this in the oven, and since I'm still getting used to this oven, I don't know how long it'll take for this to reach, but I'm gonna check on it about every 15 minutes or so. And remember, we're gonna pull it out at 140 and let it come to 145 with the carryover cooking time. All right, see y'all here back in a few. Just like that. Now I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna put it in the oven. I got my pot back here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. I'm gonna add in my milk and my butter. So that way it's heating up for our mashed. Now we don't want the milk to boil because we don't want it to curdle, but we do want it warmed up because our mashed potatoes are going to be hot when we pull them out of the sauna water that they're in. So we want this to be hot too because we don't want to bring down the temperature of our potatoes. All right, now I'm going to add in our stick of butter. Go ahead and get that in there. Get this all melted into our nice milk here. Remember, we want to keep it on low, and if you want to, you can go ahead and add your salt and pepper to this mixture as well, and that way this will already all be all warmed up. The salt will already be melted in, and then you just got to pour it into your potatoes, which I'll probably go ahead and do just to help me do one less step, save some time wherever we can get it, right? That's right. I went to the store today and I still forgot to pick up some more pepper. And I threw in about a teaspoon and a half of salt, just for, you know, a little finger pinch. That's all you want, a little finger pinch. All right, we're rocking it. And our roast is done. Now time to peel the mashed potato. Peel this. There it is. Well, it didn't come right off like how they were saying, but it's coming off. I think I'd still rather using the yellow potatoes. So that way I wouldn't have to do this step. Now one lady, nobody. I guess if you're really anal about the peel. Forgot about the asparagus. Turning the oven back on, plopping this in. Our garlic is done. It's nice and roasted. We're just gonna squeeze it on in there. Ooh, it's hot. Ooh. See how it comes right on it. Now we're gonna plop in. We're gonna plop in our mascarpone cheese. I'm gonna try to keep from dirtying up the dish. Or an extra dish, should I say? Alright. This is the cheese that they use for tiramisu. Just a little FYI out on in there. So good. Alright. And then we're going to add in our butter and milk mixture. Yeah, I just added it all in because we're going to... Let it do its little thing there. Put this in the sink. Let that get right on in. And if you want your potatoes extra fluffy, you can put in a teaspoon of baking powder and it'll make them extra fluffy. Check it on this. Need some more, as I reckoned it would. But it tastes so good. Well, that's why it's doing retarded. And I put it on there all the way. Alright. Get that salt incorporated in there. Give it one last little tasty taste. I probably should have added less milk, but it'll thicken up. Perfect. Set that right there while we wait for our asparagus. The asparagus is done. It's only like a minute or two out. I'll show you how to plate. And now our asparagus is done. See, not too flimsy. They still got a little teeny crunch to them, but they'll get softer the more they sit here and cook in this pan. Turn my oven off. All right. Go ahead. This had already set for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my cutting board and we're gonna slice this baby up and I'll show you how to plate it. All right, here we go. Get ready to cut it. Now you see how I put it on another, I got another baking sheet under my cutting board because whenever you cut it and those juices start to run out, you're gonna collect it in here. You can make a gravy out of it, but we're gonna use it in a different way. Let me get my knife and some tongs. So when you're cutting it, you want to make sure you got one of your sharpest knives possible, okay? And if I would have got it from a butcher already like this, I would have cut it where the strings is at. That would have gave everybody a nice, very generous amount. But since I tied it, and I am not that great, at tying it. I'm gonna taste this a little bitty bit. Oh, hell yeah. Oh yeah, y'all need to make this. Oh yes, baby. See, that pesto adds a lot of flavor. Adds a lot of flavor to your meat, as if you would have had to marinate it if you was to do it another kind of way. You see how it holds its shape? That's why we tie it. To make sure that it holds its shape. Because if you wouldn't have, it would have opened up, it would have exploded. And then you would have had a mess. Okay, that's enough. Enough of that. Let's get this sucker plated. Alright. Now the ends that you cut off, that's for the cook. See, that's your little bonus right there. Now you don't want to cut it super thin and you don't want to cut it super thick. My knife needs to get sharpened. I need to find me a good knife sharpener. The one that I have is not the best. See, the juices aren't running out everywhere. They stayed with the meat because we let it rest, so it reabsorbed all the juices. All right, now I'm gonna show you how y'all can plate this baby up. Now see, here I am picking. All right, that's how we're gonna plate it up. Get your plate. It's for like if you were throwing a dinner party. Put you a scoop of mashed potatoes on there. Perfect little mashed potatoes. And then we're going to take our asparagus. And we're going to put them just like that. Just like that. Then we're going to take a piece of our meat here. We're going to put it on there just like that. And then we're going to go one step farther. We're going to take some of our pan juices, or if you even had like balsamic glaze, just like that. And look how pretty that is. You just put your little parsley or some cilantro on there. Look at that, baby. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to go eat. Thanks for stopping by.